Imagine a civilization that measured time not in years, but in cycles of creation and destruction. A people who believed that every sunrise was a rebirth and every eclipse a warning. The Maya, masters of time, their temples aligned with the stars, their cities built as mirrors of the heavens. But at the heart of their world stood a mystery that still fascinates and terrifies us today, the Mayan calendar. A calendar so precise that modern astronomers still marvel at it, a calendar that didn't just predict seasons or eclipses, but the rise and fall of entire eras. And, for many, it seemed to predict the end of the world itself. In 2012, millions around the globe held their breath. Movies, books, and conspiracy theories all warned that the Mayan calendar was counting down to humanity's final day. But when the sun rose on December 22nd, the world was still here. The question is, why? Did the Maya truly foresee an apocalypse, or was their message something far deeper, something about the fate of humanity itself? Tonight, we dive into the secrets encoded in stone and sky, into a civilization that tried to map the heartbeat of the universe, because maybe the Mayan calendar wasn't predicting our end. Maybe it was predicting our awakening. Long before Europe built its first cathedral, the jungles of Central America echoed with the rhythm of another kind of faith. The Maya didn't just study time, they worshipped it. To them, time was alive. It breathed, it pulsed, it moved through the gods themselves. And in the city of Tikal, towering temples rose toward the heavens, designed not just for worship, but for calculation. The Maya observed the sun, the moon, Venus, tracking every celestial movement with astonishing precision. They knew when the equinox would split the pyramid at Chichen Itza into light and shadow. They knew the lunar cycle to the day and could predict eclipses centuries in advance. But their true genius was not the observation of the stars, it was how they interpreted them. To the Maya, the cosmos was a living code. The gods didn't just dwell above, they spoke through patterns of time. Their priests, known as Tzolk'in, or keepers of the days, carried calendars like sacred texts. Each day was a divine entity with its own personality and power. A good day to plant, a dangerous day to travel, a blessed day to be born. In the Mayan worldview, destiny was written not in the stars, but in time itself. But what few people know is that the Maya didn't believe time was linear. They saw it as circular, a wheel turning endlessly. Every creation contained its destruction. Every ending was simply another beginning. At the heart of this cosmic philosophy were not one, but three calendars, each interlocking like gears in a divine clock. The first was the Haab, a solar calendar of 365 days, just like ours. It tracked the agricultural seasons, guiding when to plant maize or prepare for the rains. The second was the Tzolk'in, a 260-day ritual calendar, mysterious, spiritual, and sacred. It was the calendar of prophecy, where every combination of 20 day signs and 13 numbers shaped destiny. A Mayan priest could read your birth date like a code, foretelling your strengths, your path, your soul's alignment with the universe. When these two calendars intertwined, every 52 years, the Maya celebrated the calendar round. To them, it was the closing of a cosmic cycle, a moment when reality itself could reset. Fires were extinguished, prayers filled the sky, and then, as dawn broke, the sacred flame was lit again, symbolizing rebirth. But beyond these lay something far more mysterious. The long count calendar, a timeline so vast it measured the age of the world. This calendar stretched over 5,125 years, marking what the Maya called a great cycle. And according to modern calculations, this great cycle began on August 11th, 3114 BCE, and ended on December 21st, 2012. Was this the end of the world? If you love exploring hidden truths, ancient knowledge, and the mysteries that shaped our world, leave a like and subscribe. This channel is just beginning, and every click truly helps keep this journey alive. For centuries, the Maya's inscriptions lay buried beneath vines and silence. Then, in the 20th century, archaeologists decoded the long count calendar, and a chilling realization emerged. The last recorded date in the Mayan timeline pointed unmistakably to December 21st, 2012, and soon the world would never look at that number the same way again. By the early 2000s, the prophecy had gone viral. Documentaries, books, and apocalyptic theories flooded the media. NASA received thousands of emails from terrified people. Some believed a rogue planet called Nibiru would collide with Earth. Others predicted solar storms, pole shifts, even divine judgment. But here's the twist. The Maya themselves never predicted an end. Nowhere in their codices, carvings, or myths do they describe fire raining from the sky or the earth splitting open. Instead, their inscriptions speak of the end of a cycle and the dawn of a new era. For the Maya, 2012 was not a doomsday, it was a reset. In the city of Palenque, the tomb of King Pakal shows him descending into the underworld, only to rise again as a god of the cosmos. That image, rebirth through death, was not a threat, but a promise. To the Maya, every ending was sacred because it meant transformation. Like the sun sinking below the horizon, the world was never dying. It was preparing to return. What modern culture saw as apocalypse was to them evolution. And maybe that's why the prophecy caught fire in our age, because deep down, humanity feels that same truth. Something is ending, and something new must begin. Let's pause the myth and look at the math. The Mayan calendar was astonishingly scientific, now far beyond what we expect from an ancient civilization. The Maya based their long count on the number 20, not 10, using a vigesimal system. This allowed them to calculate enormous spans of time with elegant precision. They could predict eclipses, the Venus cycle, and even the synchronization of the sun and moon over millennia. Modern computers have confirmed their astronomical calculations were accurate to within seconds. At Chichen Itza, the pyramid of Kukulkan acts as a solar calendar. On the spring and autumn equinox, sunlight forms the shape of a serpent slithering down its stairs, a design that could only be achieved through advanced knowledge of geometry and astronomy. But the most fascinating detail? The Maya had no telescopes, no metal instruments, only their eyes, patience, and devotion. They believed that understanding time meant understanding the gods themselves, and in that pursuit, they created a calendar that rivaled even modern technology. So while the 2012 prophecy may have been misinterpreted, one truth remains undeniable. The Maya didn't just keep track of time, they mastered it. Beyond science, the calendar was a spiritual map, a bridge between the human and the divine. Each day was ruled by energies, gods, and symbols. One might bring wisdom, another chaos, and another love or destruction. For the Maya, to live in harmony meant to live in rhythm with time's sacred pulse. Their rituals followed this cosmic order: blood offerings to feed the gods of creation, dances to awaken the forces of fertility, prayers to balance the energies of heaven and earth. To modern eyes, it may look like superstition, but to them, it was the foundation of balance, the heartbeat of the universe. They believed every human being was born under a specific day sign that defined their destiny. Your actions could align or disrupt the sacred harmony. You weren't powerless, but you were part of something much greater. And this is what made the calendar so profound. It wasn't just a way to measure days, it was a way to live. When we look at the 2012 prophecy through this lens, the message changes completely. It's not the end of the world, it's a reminder humanity has fallen out of rhythm. And if we don't rediscover that harmony, the cycle will restart, with or without us. Recent archaeological discoveries have given us new clues. In 2012, deep within the ruins of La Corona, archaeologists found a tablet mentioning the same date, but not as an end. It referred to it as the return of a great god, Bolon Yokte, who presides over creation and change. In Mayan mythology, when one era ends, this god descends to oversee the transition to the next. It's not destruction, it's renewal. So what if the Maya were right, just not in the way we imagined? Look at the world today. Climate collapse, digital revolution, global unrest, old systems breaking down, new paradigms emerging. The Maya never said the world would end. They said it would transform. Maybe 2012 wasn't a failure of prophecy, but the moment it began, because the Mayan calendar didn't stop that day, it simply started a new count. Today, the Mayan legacy still echoes across Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras. Their descendants still honor the sacred days, still burn incense for the sun and the earth. The keepers of the days still read the Tzolk'in, still tell you who you are based on the pulse of the universe. Tourists visit Chichen Itza to see the serpent of light descend, not realizing they're witnessing the same cycle the Maya celebrated thousands of years ago. Perhaps that's why their wisdom endures, because while technology changes, time itself does not. We too live by calendars and clocks, but have forgotten what the Maya knew, that time is not a cage. It's a conversation between humanity and the cosmos. Every tick is a heartbeat, every cycle a chance to begin again. The Mayan calendar was never meant to scare us. It was meant to wake us up, to remind us that everything, life, civilization, even the stars, moves in cycles. We rise, we fall, we rise again. December 21st, 2012 wasn't the end of the world. It was the end of one story and the start of another. The Maya didn't leave us a countdown to destruction. They left us a message. Respect time, live in harmony with its rhythm, and remember, creation always begins in darkness. As long as we keep seeking, as long as we keep questioning the patterns written in stone and sky, the ancient heartbeat of the Maya still echoes through us. Because the real secret of the Mayan calendar is not about when the world will end, but whether we'll be awake when the next one begins.